Hey Scorpio, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your love and separation read for the month of June. I wanted to say thank you for the 5.5 thousand views for first half, and of course for the bonus. You guys were fabulous. Thank you so much. So we got a lot going on. We've got Gemini happening, season happening. We have yesterday had the portal. We're going to be having the full moon in Sagittarius coming up on the 26th, which is lunar eclipse time. And Mercury goes retrograde on the 29th, I think. So, kind of have a lot going on. So just remember, this new moon, full moon is for leaving things in the past. It's also for breaking toxic bonds, toxicity and toxic bonds with people. And of course, you know, the lunar eclipse is sort of like, to me, the eclipses are sort of like portals for union for twin flames. And of course, you know, Mercury retrograde, we've kind of all been down that road, right? So we know what to do. But let's see what's going on in love for Scorpio. Okay, there's some beliefs for you twin flames out there. There could be some templating that you're putting by the wayside, or someone's having a hard time putting something by the wayside. You may have clashing belief systems. For example, they may not be awakened. They may not understand the relationship. Or there just may be differences of opinion as far as social, religion, traditional relationships, things like that. Of course, you're going through a cycle, and this is all about your perception of the relationship, right? So what you put out there, you get back. So if you're in obsession mode, which a lot of people are finding themselves in, this is about changing your perception of the situation, which means, of course, letting go of the expectation. Something's gaining some momentum. Like I said, these lunar eclipses sometimes act as portals for communication or union. The masculine, the divine masculine, is definitely seeking you. So keep it high vibrational. Let's see what we got for love for Scorpio. Okay, masculine wants to make plans for the future, wants to get rid of this idea of gains and losses, especially losses, seeing something, perceiving something as a loss instead of understanding that it's more of a cycle that you're in the whole time you're in the twin flame journey. You've definitely been on their mind. So let's see what's going on with them. Or if you're the masculine, maybe that's kind of what you're going through. They want to communicate about a new beginning, definitely. But the problem is they're not communicating about wanting this new beginning. So let's figure out what the holdup is, right? Okay. Okay. For some of you, they're not communicating about to you because they know that they have to answer for why you're not together. Or they have to answer for something with a relationship that went kind of funny, right? So let's see what that is. They have to answer for why they moved away from the relationship. They know you're single. How they know, you guys can kind of guesstimate how they know that, right? But they have to answer to you for why they felt bound and constricted and chained to this journey with you, and they ran. So you're dealing with a runner, a masculine runner, right? And so they're not sure how they're going to be able to answer. And it's not so much answering to you. Again, when the runner runs, it's about facing their own stuff, their own reality, their own dysfunction, their own whatever, their own shadows. And so, although they may have been doing the work while separated from you, they still have to face you. And that's kind of the problem. So that may be what's keeping them from communicating. But let's see what's going on with you. Scorpio's ready to communicate. I think you laid a boundary down, Scorpio, and you were kind of like, hey, either commit or get the fuck out of here. And I think that's kind of what happened here. You were waiting patiently, I think, for them to give you some sort of a commitment. And you wanted to talk about the commitment, and they felt like that was being constrictive. And so you had to make the judgment call to walk away. So also on another note, what I'm getting here is kind of like, sometimes when one of the twins walks away from the relationship, it throws the other twin into soul shock, and that's when they start having their awakening. And sometimes even though the twin may not know that's what they're doing, they have to do that because the other twin is not waking up. So I kind of see some of that too. You had to make a judgment call about leaving the situation so the other person would wake up. Yeah, and so you put the brakes on this situation to avoid betraying yourself, right? You had to put the brakes on to avoid betraying yourself, and you moved on. You moved on with your life. You felt like you couldn't carry this anymore. You couldn't carry this anymore because this person wasn't seeing it. So let's see what the blocks are for your lover. Okay, so we got Capricorn, I've got Cancer, Fire, I have Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, of course. Oh, okay. Okay, so truth comes out, block is for your lover. I just don't have the courage to go through a relationship again. I just don't have what it takes, and I don't have the courage and the strength to endure this path. I don't have the courage and strength to endure another opportunity. Again, there's a lot of threes happening in this read, so if you're seeing threes or three may mean something to you, take that how it resonates. But your person's kind of saying over here, a classic runner, I can't do this, I'm scared I can't do this, right? I don't have what it takes to be here on this journey with you. So it's kind of like when one twin walks away and they decide that maybe there's going to be an out of sight, out of mind type of situation, you know, and it really only makes the connection stronger in other ways. That's kind of what they were doing. They were hiding and running from themselves and running from you. Mostly from themselves because they didn't feel like they had the courage. So let's see what's going on with you. I'm trying to see if I get anything else on that. Oh, there were several suitors here too, I think. Okay. Only really 2 queens on the board. 3, sort of. For you, Scorpio, I think you just basically were speaking your truth. Like I said earlier, your block was speaking up for yourself. Your block was speaking up for what you wanted. No, we're not going to be hanging around over here in this limbo for commitment. But also there's an issue here about equality. I think that you were made to feel a little bit inferior to your partner. Your partner did that on purpose to make you feel that way so that they could maintain control. And you're kind of like, you know what? This is who I am up here, and this is where I'm headed, and this is my truth. And no, I'm not going to accept this anymore in this relationship. And you walked on. You did that. There could have been other women involved here too, karmics. Maybe that was the line for you. Maybe that was the, the boundary. But let's see what's going on between the two of you. Whoa. Commitment, anxiety about commitment, and opportunities being given and chances just being thrown away. It's kind of what we have here. Anxiety on your partner about the commitment, about the solidity of the commitment. They just don't have the strength to do it. They're really running from the issue, right, from themselves. And you're kind of over here like, you know what, how many opportunities do I have to give you for you to figure what this is out? I can't, I don't have any more. And so you stopped standing and waiting for this person and you just moved on. And I think you, although you wanted this from them, you felt like the longer you stayed and the more rejection that you felt, the more self-respect you were losing. So let's see how they feel about you right now. They have to decide to come back, sort of an error of their ways type of situation. They always do. You know, people think, oh, but you can't break the twin flame bond. You're cycling in and out into different cycles, union cycle, lesson cycle, karma cycles, whatever. And people think, oh, well, we're going to break this. There's no more chances. You can't destroy something that was meant for you. Okay, so let's just put it that way. But let's see how they're feeling about you. Okay, now they're ready. They've put their own shit in the past, basically. They've dealt with their own shadow, they're doing their own work at this point. Of course, remember, you're the catalyst because you said no more. Boom, they're in dark night of the soul shock, and they're having to immediately deal with their shadow issues or their issues, period. They feel like they've done some work and they've progressed a little bit and they're ready to come back. They realize, I think, that they were kind of running from themselves. Now they're ready to come back and face the music and tell you the truth and have this new beginning. Let's see what they're thinking. That's how they feel about you. They want to give this another try. Wish fulfillment. Making a decision. Okay, the wish fulfillment and the desire is to come back to Scorpio, right? But we are dealing with Scorpio. Are they going to reject me? Are they going to play with me? Are they going to make a clown out of me? Probably all of the above. But their decision is trying to decide whether or not they can handle the rejection. They may already know that you're going to kind of give it to them a little bit and make them go through some trials and tribulations, perhaps. And they're trying to decide whether or not that's what they want to do. They want to turn their back on the rejection. But I think they know there's not going to be any headway, and there's not going to be a new opportunity, and there's not going to be this success if they don't face the rejection head on. So let's see what their intentions are. Okay, they're coming out of hiding. They're coming out of this dark night of the soul here, right? A lot of times, hermiting is a way of dealing with grief, with shadow work, with dark night of the soul, with whatever. Spiritual awakening a lot of times involves hermiting oneself. So they're coming out of the shadows. They're coming back. They're coming back into communication. They've dealt with their stuff, some of it. But they feel like also their intention is that you're going to view them as being deceptive. So you're ready for them. You're ready for them to come back, and you're like, okay, let's do this. What you have to say now. And so they're trying to put in the work to be as transparent and as fair with you as possible. This also could be about being on the same page with you. And I think that's what they're going to try to do. They already know that you may perceive them as being deceptive when they come back. So they're going to try to be as transparent and honest with you as they can when they do come back. So let's see what they have to say to you. Okay, Scorpio's ready. A lot of times I view this energy as Scorpio energy because Scorpio's kind of like, you know, waiting for you to say the wrong thing, waiting for you to contradict yourself, waiting for you to make yourself into a liar. Sometimes you just know what you know, right? Scorpio has the tendency to be the discerner, and they're ready. Okay, what do you have to say? Better not be the wrong thing. So they know that you're ready for them, Scorpio. So let's see what they have to say to you. I'm coming to you with an offer. Will you say yes? When I offer my hand, will you take it? That's what they're doing. I told you. Okay. Let's see what their next move may be. So basically, Scorpio is thinking to themselves, there's only two reasons people come back. They come back because they want to run some more game, or they think you're a chump, you know, or whatever, and they think they're going to play you again. Or, well, maybe three reasons. Or they want something they can't get from anybody else, and they think that they're going to get it from you. Or, you know, in rare occasions, Scorpio may, you know, entertain the idea that, oh, maybe they are coming back for love. But Scorpio views this in a different context because the only time Scorpio resurfaces is to play. So try not to put that on this person when they come back, that idea that, you know, when you resurface Scorpio, it's a different story. But when another person resurfaces, it may not be for the same intention. So see what they have to say. They've definitely done some shadow work. Like I said, they've been on this journey, right? Because you walked away, and you cut it. And they had to figure out how to cauterize that wound, right? So they've been on this journey. They've also been focusing on their career while focusing on this journey. They have a lot of regrets. Well, I'm sure they do. I mean, they let a Scorpio walk away from them. Of course they do. And they want to reconnect. It's not because they're bored, and it's not because they're playing. They want to reconnect because they want back in your good graces. They want a reconciliation. There may have been a lot of gossip surrounding this breakup or around this relationship, right? They don't want to get caught up in that spiteful gossip. It's just frustrated them dealing with other people being involved here. So their next move, they're going to come contact you. They've been fantasizing about you. They've been trying to figure out how to make it right because they have a lot of regrets. They're on the right track. They're kind of been on a journey and a spiritual one, and they've been focusing on their career. So what are they going to do? They're going to contact you. They want to connect with you. However that happens, that's up to y'all. However you contact with them, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever y'all do. Phone numbers. Let's see how they feel about you in the bedroom. I'm looking for my cards. because I want to go back to using my old ones. I like those a little better. All right. Make sure I got them. Oh. Yeah, definitely fantasizing about you. You know, when I think about you, I touch myself kind of deal. They also like to watch you. They like to just view you, okay? They miss the intimacy in the situation. They think about meeting you in clandestinely, you know, in secret places or whatever. So they're on it with that, for sure. All right, let's see a final outcome, and then we'll do some other questions. There's going to be a little conflict in the beginning, of course there is, because Scorpio is not going to pretend like the last whatever time period hasn't happened. Again, where's this Queen of Swords card over here? Again, Scorpio is going to be like, remember that time that I was waiting for you to be solid with me and you weren't? Yeah, I haven't forgot about that. So there's going to be some halted progress, okay? There's going to be halted progress. You're going to feel like this is a manipulation tactic, of course, but I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to start juggling some ideas. You're going to start juggling some data. You're going to start juggling some information. And although you may not seem like you're going to be making a move, I think once you make the decision up that this person's sincere or they're not, Scorpio, you're going to be ready to move forward with them. The proof's going to be in the pudding though, right? Because what you're going to have to determine here is whether or not you feel comfortable, whether or not you trust this person, whether or not you feel like this person's coming back for a real reconciliation or if they're messing around. All right, so let's see what they're not telling you. Let's see what they're not telling you. I am not coming back. Yeah, they are. I know I made a mistake. Yes, they do. I hope you're happy for me. For what? I wondered how far this would go. So, I lied to you. I lied to you. I don't know how to let you go. So, basically, this kind of is like a progression in the beginning they were playing. Okay? Well, I'm not coming back. You know, don't hold your breath, right? They know that they made a mistake, and I think in the beginning with this I hope you're happy for me card, you know how sometimes when people get in a breakup and they, you know, they want to go all stir crazy and make the other person think that they're living this wonderfully jet-setted life in the Caribbean or whatever, and they're like in the backyard of somebody's house. I think there was a little bit of game playing in the beginning. Scorpio, you just simply weren't interested. Scorpio cut the cord and it's like goodbye. But I think this person still wanted some of your attention. They wanted to play, and Scorpio, you weren't in the mood to play with anybody. They wondered how far they could take it, I think, because they didn't take you seriously. And in the end, they were kind of left alone with what? With their shadow, with their doing their work, with their awakening, with their soul shock. That's what they were left with. So what do? They've got to get on the program. So that's what they did. And now they're saying, I lied to you. They lied to you because really, did they have feelings for you? Deep feelings for you? Yes. The lie is in the games that they were playing. And I don't know how to let you go. Well, of course not, because you've got a spiritual connection here. So of course you don't need to, you don't understand how to let them go. That's the design. When they come back though, let's see what kind of energy they're in. Third eye chakra. Third eye has been activated here, and now they are understanding that, gosh, you know what road I took? That wasn't the right road to take. The frequency of third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing. Okay, inner knowing. Our imagination and our psychic power. So guess who got activated? Guess who then was thrown into soul shock for them to learn what their purpose was here? All right, so that's good news. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's see what you don't see coming, and we're going to use, I think we'll use these cards here. What you don't see coming. They know that you're going to give them some shit. They know you are. Again, Queen of Swords energy. They know that you're going to be, this could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius you're dealing with also, okay? They know that you're going to give it to them a little bit. Okay, but what you don't see coming is that they're going to stand there and take it. They're going to stand there and take it, and they're going to say, yep, I deserve it, but here's why I'm different now. Hope you don't think I'm crazy. This is what I want. I want us to plan for the future. I want to be transparent with you. I want us to be on the same page. And I want this commitment because now I know what this connection is. You're my soulmate, right? Basically. So that's what you don't see coming. Because see, Scorpio, I think you're expecting when this person comes back for them to be full of it. What you don't see coming is that they're not. So that might throw you for a loop. Let's see what the attraction is. Okay, Scorpio. They like the fact that you have boundaries and standards and that you just don't do any old thing, right? They respect the fact that you're willing to reject something that's not in line with you or something that you don't want. Okay, they respect you, and they respect that you will shut anything down that is not in alignment with where you want to go. So respect. That's the attraction. What do they need to confess to you? Excuse me. Regret that they didn't have this commitment sooner, or they didn't have this enlightenment sooner. Regret that they weren't mature enough to understand what was happening the first time around. Also, there's an issue about maybe self-medication that shouldn't have been there. They regret their own greed. They were greedy. They wanted what they wanted, right? Which was to not face their own toxicity, dysfunction. Now they're coming back and they know that they need to have some balance. So for some of you, this might be, hey, I'm on medication now. I figured out what was wrong. For others of you, hey, I'm done. I put the bottle down or whatever, okay? And for others of you, this may be a recognition of their immature behavior and what it cost them. Let's see. Luster love. Okay. I think that this is a little of both. I definitely think that in the beginning, they tried to approach you in a way that they've approached other people. And I think, Scorpio, you were able to kind of see through that and say, you know what, I'm not like other people, and that shit's not going to work for me. So it's me or them, right? In which case, didn't make them very happy. But they were still holding on to you. Now, have they matured a little bit? Yes. But do they still have lust for you? Yes. And they're unapologetic about that. So, let's get one card to describe the state of this relationship. Decision. One card to describe the state of this relationship is in making a decision to go toward the twin. Let's get a card to describe the love in the relationship. Okay. Right now, this will be about you blocking their offer out because of the lack of communication. You're not going to have a lot of communication with them in the beginning. They're going to be explaining to you that they've held on to you, of course, and you're going to be like, yeah, well, remember that shit you pulled the last time you were here? And they're going to be bringing an offer of love to you. Now, whether or not you take it, that's kind of up to you, right? But that's what they're going to be bringing. That's the state. It's them coming back and trying to make amends. All right, so reconciliation. Cycle continues. Another cycle begins. So let's get some love cards on it and kind of see what they have to say. Excuse me. Look inside yourself, Scorpio. That's what it says here. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Well, I mean, it's not a hard stretch. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Which this is basically saying, hey, everything is about love. All that matters is love. Blah, blah, blah. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Well, yes, that's true. That's true. Depending on how you feel about it, right? Let's get out these fake tarot cards. Keep an open mind, Scorpio. Give your relationship a chance. Codependency is over. In the reverse, codependency is over. Give it another chance is what it says. Freedom! You have the freedom to choose. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment To block the good, release me from its bonds. Release yourself from grief. So let's talk about some new love, shall we? I know it's like 45 minutes in, but let's give it a shot. Wheel of Fortune, moving forward. Okay, so you're kind of like in a state of mind in which you're kind of like, love is trash, right? Love, this is whack. And you've made the decision, no thanks, trauma response, I can do this on my own, I don't need anyone. But really what you're trying to do is get over some things within your own self, right? Your twin's going through something, you're going to be going through something too. That's the way it works. And you feel beat up in love. You feel heartbroken. You're tired of love being continually about breakups and drama and lack, right? So I don't know. I don't see new love coming in. I see you reconciling with something old. Maybe perhaps to heal. But you're not accepting any suitors because you don't want any drama. So that's what I see for new love, and I see that you're going to be putting this person through their paces, but remember, you free yourself when you forgive, okay? So Scorpio, that's what I have for you guys, and let me just get one more advice card, okay? Oh my gosh. Bring love into the situation, Scorpio. Okay, well, I will see you guys for your bonus next time.